Absolutely.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, I just want to say thank you. Oh no, you're fine. Are you ready?
It's on, but we don't have any viewers yet. I don't know how long it takes for them to be able to get on. But go ahead.
Okay. Just want to say thank you for everyone for coming tonight. I know that nighttime is hard to get dinner and kids and all that stuff. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I cannot be more excited for what's your business and what's coming down the pipe for 2015. I went to conference last year as a double diamond, and because of the momentum, because of the growth, and because of all of us who went to conference and just experienced all that, like our business crazy. Last year they wanted us to be a $1 billion brand in 2014. We didn't make it. We didn't get to $1 billion, but we're going beyond $1 billion in 2015. So like your business is just gonna crazy explode, and it's all really up to you. So we're just gonna kind of talk about really basic steps on how you're gonna run your business. I think caught up. I'm gonna do more for this, and I don't really need to follow the steps because that seems too easy, right? No, with the steps, corporate gives us the tools. They we have amazing products, amazing steps to success. Like there's no need to recreate the wheel. We're going to talk about the 3 steps we're going to follow. We're going to talk about how you can work social media into your business, going over your hundreds, plus back to basics to really start off the new year. I really have goosebumps thinking about what's coming because we have new products coming. We have new tools that I have like kind of some whispers in my ear what those tools are going to be. And 2015 is just going to be like so incredible, and there couldn't be a better time for all of us to be in this business. And the handful of us that have been in, longer than a year. We're at 2 years. Kim, are you a year and a half?
Yes.
Okay, so we're kind of like your seasoned vets. Well, we've kind of experienced, this, and we just know, like, okay, January is here. Like the boom is here. Like your snowball. All those seeds that you've been planting, all those gift cards that you've been handing out, all those, people that you've been contacting on Facebook or whatever, they're going to come back to you because they're going to say, oh shit, I'm broke because of Christmas and all of that stuff, and my clothes don't fit. So what do I need to do? Oh, that crazy rap girl on my Facebook page or my Facebook feed, I need to contact her. So all those people are coming back. So that's the welcome. Brett, you're up.
This is my
husband, Brett. It's a family business, and there's no.
It is. So, a couple of things. I usually do a couple things. Standards. Amber and I have the same concepts, but Amber loves the products. I use the products too. But I got into this business and I supported her a lot because there's a lot of opportunity. So I come from more of the business side of it. I worked for corporate America for the last 10 years, MBA, and so I think more that way. So a couple of things I'm going to share with you. Maybe
we're like yin and yang. Like,
yeah.
Like yay! And he's like,
I got products, I got racks. I'm like, hey, where's the money? One of the things we always talk about, you guys probably heard it before, but when my wife started the business, she said, I want to get started. It's $99. The first thing that I did is made her an Excel spreadsheet. I said, once you get in the green and you make your $99 back, then it's not a hobby, then it's a business. So that's just the way my mind works. And so.
How long did that take? Like by the week?
A month and a half. A month, a couple of weeks. So there are just some things that you guys are going to deal with, maybe with the husbands that you guys sign up, or the husbands of the wives that you guys signed up, and kind of some industry trends, some standards, and kind of what you're looking forward to in the next, 2015. So a couple questions I want to ask you before I start some of the trends is think back, think about your friends, think about your family, Think about people that you know, or think about yourself. I was on the work this morning. I was thinking about the training tonight. And anybody watch Mac and Gatos, you know, in the evenings or listen to them? One of the things they said is that think about $1,000 bill that just came your way, whether it's your car that broke down, whether it's you know, an unexpected medical bill, or our friends, good friends. We just went to New Year's Eve over there. They had a leak in their roof, and it's about $1,000 or $15 that they have to fix their house. So think about either your situation or other people's situation, and who could afford $1,000 out of their pocket right now to get it fixed today or tomorrow if that happened to them. Anybody take a guess of through the United States of who could do that? What's the percentage of who could fork out $1,000 tomorrow to fix something? Maybe not yourself. Guesses?
10%.
What's that?
10%?
10% of Americans? 70% of the people right now couldn't afford $1,000. So they said if $1,000 hit somebody, it would take them a minimum of a month to a month and a half to get that back, to be able to fix their car, get that, put it on a credit card. So I think about that, and I think about the business. The other thing with Arizona last year, some statistics for 2014, we were one of the highest rates for bankruptcy last year, right? The average bankruptcy last year in Arizona for statistics was, guess how much a month they were missing out that made them go into bankruptcy? 500 bucks. So think about what rate do you need to be, emerald, ruby, diamond, you know, what do you need to do to make 500 bucks to stop bankruptcy? The reason why I say some of these statistics is because they say by the year 2015, by the time we end, 50% of Americans in the United States is going to be involved in the MLM marketing business. 50%. That 70% of Americans can't afford that $1,000. It's because people are living paycheck to paycheck. They're not thinking about building wealth, right? Amber, when she got into this business, she was thinking about getting stretch marks and tighten toning and firming, but a lot of people aren't thinking about obtaining their wealth year over year over year. So, you know, it is a business opportunity at the same time. Some of the things that you're going to deal with right now, some of the top 2014 competitions that you guys are going to be going up against, because when it goes down to dollars and dollars and I love your products, this and that, it's going to come down to the business side of it. So you guys got to know the business side of it as well as, hey, this is what this product does, this is what it'll do for you, right? The companies in 2014 that were the biggest this year, anybody want to take a guess who were the up and coming companies? Take a stab at it. Anybody knew who Oregano Gold is?
Oh, it's a
Oregano Gold?
No, it's a brand new. It's coffee. It's a coffee.
So it's a coffee company. Average. So it's a marketing company that specializes in selling gourmet coffees. To get into that business, remember, 50% of households right now in 2015 is going to take advantage of MLM marketing, right? So these are the competitions you're going to go against. If they don't want the product and they just want the business side of it, it's premium coffees, minimum to get started in the business. Anybody know? Since you don't know a lot about it. $500 to $1,000 to get started in the business. To get started, because you need the product on hand and you need it all in your cupboard and store it and be like a distribution place to be able to get started. New Skin. Anybody know what New Skin is? Right? That's one of the up and coming products. So what do they do?
Well, I have skin product.
No, right.
Are you serious, Kim?
They've been around for a long time because this is the generation right now. What's the largest generation that's turning into 50s and 60s this year?
Baby boomers.
The baby boomers, right? I'm in the industry right now where I sell education. Healthcare is one of the biggest booming industries. The baby boomers are getting older. New Skin is a health skin product to keep you younger. That's why it's booming right now. So you're going to be going up against them. Vima. Anybody know what Vima is? It's an all natural herbal drink, right? Energy drink, herbal drinks to keep energy, promote youth, get you energized, things like that. So if, and I don't know, I know there's been a lot of posts, if you have energy drinks, right, that's one of the main competitions that you guys are going to go up against if you want to sell that energy drink. So Vima. And the last one is ACN, which is, anybody IT people in here?
No.
Me
That's a different meeting.
Me neither. So, yeah, exactly. So IT, it's not going to happen. The top 10 companies, you got Avon, Pampered Chef, Origami Al, Mary Kay, 31. Is anybody who?
Yeah.
31. What's that? The gift bags, things like that. Herbalife, Sensi, and Amway are the top 10 companies last year that had the biggest growth, but not only growth, but people that wanted to join their company. So they had the highest ratings for people that wanted to go with their compensation plans, with the products they had, and the things that they had to offer. It works. Anybody want to guess out of the 900 MLM companies where you guys are at? 74 is what I got.
Get out of town.
But still, out of 900 companies,
That makes me so excited because we still have
900
so much
companies.
growth.
Yeah.
which goes to that, and I'm going to wrap it up. But everybody's heard about, some of you guys have been in my meetings, some of you not, the tipping point, right? Who's heard about the tipping point and what is it?
I know what it is, Malcolm Gladwell, but
There you go. You read the book?
I just did Outliers right now, but tipping points next.
So
I
what
have
is
the
God-
tipping point book. Is it a good one?
Yeah.
Is it? You have Godwell?
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna start reading.
Great book. It is a great book.
Okay.
So what does he say it is?
I haven't read it yet.
You haven't read it?
No, I read Outliers, which is also about success and people who are outliers.
I'll just read it.
Success.
Because I printed out. So the tipping point is a magic point when an idea, trend, or social behavior crosses a threshold and it spreads like wildfire. From Godwell. If you don't have the book, if you like reading, it's a great book to read. We're still at between 60,000 and 75, 80,000 distributors for herbals.
Worldwide.
Worldwide, right? Anybody that knows me, Herbalife, anybody guess how many distributors they have right now?
2 million.
Too many.
2.3 million distributors. And they're one of the top 10 MLM companies in the United States. The growth opportunity is huge for business, right? The products are great. I love the products, but the business opportunity is great too, because you can't be a business without money, right? So the opportunity is still there. There still is very low distributors, and you still have opportunities to make a whole lot of money and enjoy the products for whatever seller distributor prices.
Goals, yeah.
Goals, all right. Anybody make New Year's resolutions for your family or anything like that? So
We all should have.
anybody want to take a guess about the top 20 New Year's resolutions this year in 2015? Lose weight on it,
Save money.
make more money and save money, right?
Paying off debts.
Paying off debt goes along with money. What else? Lose weight,
Go on vacation.
Spend more time with family.
go on vacation, which goes along making money. Improve my life, spend more time with family, earn more, spend less. So out of the top 20 New Year's resolutions, 10 of them has to deal with either making more money, being healthier, or spending more time with your family. All things that you guys can capitalize on with it works in the business opportunity that I use the products, but I like the business side more of the products because there's so much potential in it. So not only know the products and what it can do and how it can help it, but the
Not a child.
it's not a child phone down. But the business opportunity is huge too. Out of the
You
top
don't have to sign a paper before you.
out of the top 150 earners in 2014 from their income taxes, anybody want to take a guess? Out of the top 150 MLM companies across the nation, It Works has 2 people that made the top 50. If you can guess who it is.
Oh, I know. Melody.
You can't guess. You can't guess because you're presenting. You can't guess.
You're
Who? What's that? Cammie Dempsey, which last year was 32. Cammie and Nathan Dempsey, which grossed about $3.2 million last year. They're number 32 of 150 of all MLM companies they made last year. And then the other one was Madra M. Jones. She made about so if you think about it right now, the break your app that they want and think of where you'll be at. By the end, opportunities there. Welcome to the new year. Have fun at conference. I'm sure everybody's going to go, but if you want more things, I know I comment on probably a bunch of your guys' posts. Let me know, and I can share more facts with you if you want. So, you guys can take it over from there. All right.
Good job. It's a free conference. And yell at it.
Let's practice the coffee note. When he's talking about the other companies, like you guys don't have to help me, like the coffee and the new skin and what was the other one? Coffee, new skin, and what was the third one? Energy drink. Oh, energy drink. Okay, so I'm just thinking like, okay, my fancy coffee maker, don't need that. You know, like we have, It Works has their own face line, so I don't need new skin. And then whatever the other one was, I don't need that either. You know, like we are the only company, you know, that has the wrap, bottom line. And we will be the only company ever that has the wrap. You know, everyone can come up with their energy drinks or their coffees or their, you know, whatever. Even face line, like clearly our face line is the best and clearly our shakes are the best, but everyone's going to try to put those out. We are the only one that have the wrap, so that's why our business will always be secure and our business will always grow because people we want we want, you know, for a microwave system. If I have to go on the treadmill, I want to get off and be like, look at me, I'm so skinny. You know, okay. But with the wrap, we're gonna see visible results, and so that's why, you know, people so love our products. You want to talk about some other stuff? Yeah. What's next? Like business basics or kind of verbiage basics.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk. Make sure you're out.
Over here.
Because that's
I know that.
I picked this up. I'm like right out of.
That's fine. At least your voice will hit the microphone.
Here she goes.
I'm going to talk a little bit about just very basic, you know, stuff for newbies and also for us seasoned vets. You know, it's always good to do a little refresher. Okay, so the most important, well, not most important, but it's important that you guys are plugged in all the time. I think that you guys should be on 411 at least once a day. Like, you've got to log into Facebook if you're not on it all the time already. Get on 411 and just go through it. It should take you 5 minutes, but there's some really good questions on there that maybe you didn't think of, and it's like, oh, I'm going to just copy and paste that real quick into my notes. It's just important for you guys to be, you know, up to date on everything that goes on there. So once a day, 411. Newbies 101 and 411.
Those are our 2 Facebook pages, like our secret Facebook pages.
Okay, on 411, so many good questions and answers, like I just said, and also take advantage of the file section. If you all know how to use that, I'm sure you do. But there's a ton of files in there that have explanations and what is this and what is that, and you can just go in there and read it whenever you need to. But it has some really good ones. If for some reason you have a question, you can't get a hold of your Diamond upline, post your question on there. I mean, nobody thinks you're stupid for not knowing what BB is or whatever. You know, you've got to ask your questions so you can get your answers. So post your question no matter what it is. So many people on there are, you know, I know I check it, she checks it, Sarah Seymour, Kim, we're all on it all the time. Jen, Severance. Okay, another thing to stay really plugged into is our corporate calls. They're Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I know most of you guys were probably on the Sunday one when they announced the big BOGO sale. Oh, the weekly wrap up during the week. It'll have the number, it'll have the secondary number. It's posted on Facebook. It's, it's all over the place. And literally they're like 10, 15 minutes. If you can't, for some reason, listen to the call, it's recorded, listen to it the next day when you're putting on your makeup or just whenever, in the car, running, in the traffic circle, whatever you have time. But really try to listen to it because hearing Mark Pentecost, Mike Patillo, and Pam Sauer, it gets you excited. Like they always have like cool stuff to say. They have huge plans, and it kind of gives us a little boost for the week until the next week, and then you listen again. So corporate call Sunday is the most important. Monday is the show me the money call. I'm not gonna lie, I don't get on every Monday and I don't get on every Tuesday, but I'm really trying to get on like 95% of the Sunday calls. So try to really get on those. Oh, okay. If you haven't, and you're East Week, who's done the training account? Okay, so even if you've done it, you should try to log back in every once in a while. And, refresh your memory on refresh your memory on the training course. Just, get in there every once in a while and, go through the tabs and listen to the videos. Let's see. So watch it again and again and again. It's never hurts to just keep learning about it. Okay, so I said if you missed, they're recorded. Okay, so the other thing to plug into is our events, people. When we have events here, go to that. I mean, I know it's like a $20 ticket or whatever. It is so worth it to hear people who, it's just amazing when you hear somebody get up there on stage and say, I didn't have money to make my rent payment and we were going to be foreclosed on our house and I'm residential and I didn't even have $99 to buy the business owner kit. I borrowed it from somebody. Because when you hear people say stories like that, it gives you motivation that I can do this. This girl had, she had nothing to do it and she got up there and she did it. So I just think everybody needs to hear some of those stories from, like the bottom up, because I think you see Amber, I think you see, Sarah Seymour, all these people on 411, and you think it looks easy, but it's not easy. So when you go to these events and you hear people talk and you hear their entire story, I don't know, it just gives you like belief, like I can do this. So
because you can.
Yeah. So just go to the events. If you don't have a ticket to the one here on January 24th, you need to get it. So like, you need to be there. It's a recap of conference, and if you're not going to conference, you need to be at that event. It's going to be so fun.
Not every team, gets together like this. So you're really lucky. No, just
It's the truth.
no, but I'm telling you things. But it is really great that Danielle Maurer and Lisa Fuller, who are ambassadors in our area, are getting together and putting on like a big meeting, for all the teams. And so, everyone is just so great. So like that meeting is like non-negotiable. Like we need to get there.
It really is. If you've been to a one team, one mission, they're a little, they can be redundant. They're all amazing, but this is going to be like a real training on how to build your business. So it's really important. Okay, for some new people, we're just going to go over like a couple little abbreviations. You can tell me what bonus volume is. I mean, BB.
Everyone raise their hand, please.
You can tell me what BB is.
What is volume?
Okay, what is that?
That is the dollar equivalent
To each product.
It's a commission.
Each product has a BB value. Example, wraps. can tell you what wraps are. Okay, but they're $59, so they're almost equivalent. Most of our products are. Okay, so every time somebody purchases something, you get BB. Okay, that's what you're paid on. Your GB is your group volume. So that's everything under you and all the stuff that rolls up. PBB, personal bonus volume. So everybody, I had to write down all my notes because I forget what I'm going to say. And this is proof that anybody can do this because I hate talking in front of people, but at a wrap party, you can still do it. Okay, personal bonus volume. This is everything that you enroll personally. Tiffany, if you have 5 boils under you that you put there, that volume is going to go in your personal bonus volume. Every time that boil runs, even if they stop ownership and 2 years later they buy something, that volume is going to still roll up to you. Okay? So it'll show, and it includes your auto ship. Yeah. Okay. DT, obviously, distributor. LC, loyal customer. So easy. An loyal customer, some people get not confused about loyal customer, but it's someone who purchases one product, price does not matter, and then purchases one product a month for the next 2 months. Okay, so this is how I like to say, if somebody says to me, what's a loyal customer? I try to be excited. Loyal receive 40% off retail. You purchase 3 months consecutively with any product at any price. Orders can be changed monthly. After the 3rd month, you can continue to order and earn free points. So whenever anybody texts me or messages me or whatever, that's my explanation for what a loyal is. Just kind of like cuts to the chase, and I try to let them know like you're getting, like you're gonna be getting free stuff if you don't cancel, or try to make it seem appealing. Some people get freaked out by 3 months, so you want to make it seem.
It's like it's just it's opening up the wholesale program. Just like we all have Costco or Sam's Club, like you paid a $50 fee to get that card. Like this is the loyal customer program is no fee. You only get the fee if you cancel. But I always say this. Literally in my 2 years, I just changed the time that I've been in this business. I've had 2 people call me that say, tires or whatever. I have to, we're making cuts or whatever. I have to cancel my shipments. I'll be like, you have 1 more month. Instead of throwing $50 down the toilet, let's change it to fat fighters. Let's change it to greens because we have multiple products that are under $50, and let's just change your order and so you're getting something instead of throwing it away. And once you kind of say that, they're like, oh, that's no big deal. Let's do that. So with loyal customers, like if you come into a loyal customer like at a party or at a one-on-one appointment, that first order that you meet with them, that's for month 1, and so it's only 3. Total. A lot of the times we want them to try the wraps for 3 months anyway for their full, of the wraps, or really if you're doing a new vitamin, you really need to take it for 3 months to get like the best results. And so, it just makes sense. So. Awesome. Thank you. Yes.
3 months or 3 orders.
3.
What if you had 2 orders in 1 month? Explain that.
So 3 months. At least 1 order per month.
So if somebody went in and
so
ordered
you can't double up.
the BOGO, does that include, that does not have anything to do with their 3-month contract?
That can be their month 1.
No, like say if they were already a loyal customer, and so they ordered 1 month, and then the next month came around and it was BOGO time, so she ordered BOGO and then ran the 2nd month. Now she's had 3 orders go through, but she still has not completed her 3rd month.
Oh no, the BOGO was her additional order.
This is an additional.
You could have changed it.
Because for 3 auto shipments, not purchases. Okay.
Okay. So we want to kind of talk about just like getting ready for the new year and getting ready for the boom. So I'm getting my New Year's resolution this year is to get organized. I feel like I made it presidential, like very scattered. I have papers and clipboards and everything everywhere. And Brett's like, why am I picking up these clipboards? Like if you know Brett, like he's very particular about his space. He wants everything put away, So clipboards and papers and everything is really stresses him out. So I'm gonna get organized this year because it's good. So I had bought myself a little notebook, and I have been writing down my hundreds list. And so a hundreds list is just prospects. You're just kind of writing any names, you know, that you're Facebook friends with, that you meet at church, your hairstylist, that girl that you drop off your dry clean to, really anyone that you kind of run into, because they're a potential either buyer or they're a potential business partner. So I've just kind of been jotting down some notes, and I need to take this notebook to conference, because when they, you know, release new stuff, these are the people that I'm going to contact first. And this is really keeping me organized, because when we are really busy, we're just kind of floundering. Oh, I'm messaging this person, I'm messaging this person, I'm messaging this person, and then it's like, well, now where do I go? You know, so this, now that I have my people down, now I'm like, okay, I can make notes of when I contact them, or I can make notes of like when they went over to a distributor, went over. I already have Sharon, distributor, on the 31st. I'm like, oh, before the new year even starts, I'm ready. My organization is already, you know, working. But you need to just find something that works for you, organization-wise. But for sure, we always start with our hundreds list. I've done my hundreds list a couple times, and you just have to kind of update it. And you know, as you're adding new friends on Facebook, as you're meeting people and blitzing people, those people go on your hundreds list, so you can contact them, you know, in the future. Okay, so that is huge. I have my notes in here too. Okay, so we're going to talk about the steps that we run monthly for a successful business, and they're called our steps of success. If you guys want my cute binder, it's in the dollar section at Target right now. And they also have a matching, what are those, like little coupon packs? You know, like with that it like clips on, like with the rubber band, but it's the little chevron, and it holds your Blitz cards. So food for thought. Okay, so here's our steps of success. And so as a distributor, we've already done the $99 business builder kit. Your new potential distributors that are going to want to buy that makes them commission qualified, and that comes with a box of 4 reps. They're going to sell those for individual appointments or at the gas station or whatever. They're going to sell those for $25 each, automatically making their investment back. This is huge, because a lot of multi-level marketing or home-based businesses, they get a really bad stigma, because people think like, well, I'm just gonna, you know, get in the hole and, you know, go into the red and like not make any money, just spend more money than I make. Not with it works, not with following the steps and really working the steps and really actually selling your reps. So that's huge. When I talk to potentials, like, you know, this is a risk-free investment, and I'm going to teach you how to run your business for sure risk-free. Never, you know, running your business for free every single month by just following these steps. So that's step 1. Step 2 is every single month. Well, after you join our party, you're going to run your auto ship for 80 BV. BV is the bonus volume. I coach my new distributors to do 2 boxes of wraps, and it's 8 wraps. And so then I want them to go into their mirror, and I want them to say, self, you need to get your fanny out there, and you need to sell 8 wraps. Okay, sometimes you're selling more than 8 wraps, and sometimes you're like, oh, I've only sold, you know, 6 or whatever. But it is really your job to sell those wraps. Just like it's McDonald's job to sell hamburgers, you are a wrap star. You are in the wrap business. You need to be successful by putting wraps on bellies or putting wraps on, you know, arms, or whatever. That is your business. So, you know, when distributors call me and they're struggling, I'll say, how many wraps did you sell this month? Well, you know, whatever, you know, I'm like, hey, well, I'm also looking at your Facebook, and you haven't really been posting, so your open sign's not on. You're not telling people that this is what business you have. You know, there's all these little things that, you know, can add up to not, you know, selling your wraps, you know. So I coach my girls to do 2 boxes of wraps. You're going to sell those, so that'll cost you, as a business owner, $112. We also have a $20 website, so basically your business is going to cost you roughly what, $140. I did that. $120 for the wraps, $20 for the website. Your business is going to cost you $140. You sell those wraps, those 8 wraps for $25 each. That's $200. You're automatically making $60 profit just on the business, just putting wraps on bellies. Okay. And when I tell people that, they're like, $60? Like, clearly I didn't retire from teaching by just getting like $60 cash. I take that $6 cash and I go get my nails done, though. You know, like, that's really why we started this business, was to go get our nails done and not have to be like, Where's the money? You know, kind of a thing. So, you know, that cash is really exciting for moms too. But it's okay. Dane slams it all day long. But with you wrapping those 8 people and making that fast cash, when you're wrapping them, then you're opening the door for them to become either a loyal customer of yours or a distributor. And when you walk through the party pad with them, they really only have 2 choices. You know, you get to the end of the party pad and you're like, okay, well, what's your choice? Are you gonna become a loyal customer and save 45% off of retail prices? Or are you gonna become a distributor? You can use the products for yourself still, but you know, you open your mouth a little bit and share it to your friends and family. And so we really only give them those 2 choices. But by wrapping those 8 people, they become your loyal customer distributor. That's where your commissions come in. Okay, we get paid monthly commissions by It Works. Prelim commissions have posted. Congrats to everyone. But you know, that's where, you know, the money comes in. So, you know, not only are you making that fast cash, but then you're making, you know, those monthly commissions. So that's step 2 is finding 4 loyal customers every month. Step 3 is adding 3 teammates to your team. This is really where the hundreds list comes in, and blitzing and posting on Facebook and really just putting yourself out there. Just like kind of Brett said, 50% of Americans are going to be in a multi-level marketing business anyway. They might as well choose us. We have the best products, the best compensation plan, and we are, you know, we're in our growth spurt. We're in our boom. We are building. You know, people are like, oh, I hope I'm in the right time. You know, did I miss the boat? Like, no, we are just getting started. So, you know, they need to know that. They need to know the ways that we get paid, and ways that you can, you know, run your business for free and, you know, make those commissions and make those, you know, $100 bonuses. So don't stray from the steps. This paper is in your eSuite, in your eSuite documents on the 1st of the month. Or the 8th if you have not done this yet. Go in your eSuite and print this out and keep it where you can see it. I fill in, I have not signed a loyal customer distributor yet, but it's coming. I print this out and then I have, you know, my potentials that I'm kind of talking to on the side. And once they sign, I'll, you know, put their name over here. And then if I move them to a team member, I'm going to put the team member that I move them to. And then I'm going to keep this paper all year long. So then I can go back and I can follow up with these loyal customers if I move them, and then I'll, you know, I know where my distributors are too. Okay. I know that some people use the backs of their sheets for potentials. I just like everything kind of all here. Okay. So that's such a success. When I first started the business, I thought this was mandatory. And I worked the business like it was mandatory. It is not mandatory. This is just our roadmap of ways to be successful. I thought when I started, I thought, oh, well, this is what I have to do. And so I did it. And, you know, that's kind of why I exploded, because then I taught, you know, my new people, well, this is what we're doing. You know, it was kind of non-negotiable. And they were like, oh, you don't really actually have to do that. That's just kind of recommended. And we kept doing it because we saw, you know, we saw the fast start bonuses coming in. We saw the commissions, you know, increase every month. And so there's really no need to not do it, really. So that's our steps to success. Let's see what else I need to talk about. We're running a debt-free company. We talked about wrapping at least 8 people. You are a business owner, so you can choose how to run your business however you want. I just coach, you know, get those 8 wraps on people. That could be one party of 8 people, or it could be 8 individual appointments. If you're not like a party girl and you don't like, you know, the party thing, don't do it. That's fine. It is more bang for your buck. It is, you know, faster in and out on a Saturday afternoon, like an hour and a half. Sweet. I just need my rep cash. I just got 5 low customers and a distributor, and you know, you're kind of quote unquote done for the month. You're not done, but you know what I mean. Like, you kind of made your quota. But you know, it is very exciting to be at a party and to see, you know, be with a group of women or whoever, and you know, they're like, oh my gosh, let me see your pictures, let me see your pictures. And you know, it just, the excitement just feeds on people, and it is easier to get loyal customers, I feel like, and distributors at parties because, you know, of the great results. But if that's not your style, you know, you're your own, you know, boss. I'm not gonna be calling you like, so Tiffany, how many parties have you had this month? Like, no, I'm not your boss. We're friends. We're not, You know, we're not bosses, but I'm gonna help support you any way I can. But you know, you're kind of on your own. We talked about missing, American families are missing that $500 a month. Well, with It Works and following the steps to success, because you need 3 distributors in your first, you know, on the steps to success, we can give you that $500 by building a Ruby. So we're gonna kind of talk about, okay. Okay, so we're gonna kind of talk about building a Ruby. So in my steps of success, I'm gonna add 3 distributors in January. And you know, it's my job to place them, but I also want to teach people how to build a Ruby. So Diane and Kim, I'm gonna come on up here. We'll talk about, yeah. Okay.
I'll just hold you.
Okay, so here are my 3 distributors, okay? So I have Diane, and she's new to my business, and I have taught her to go out and get her first 4 loyal customers. You know, because in our first 30 days, we want to get our first 4 loyal customers, so then they get, my new distributors get $120 in product credits. That is really huge for when you're a new business owner, because that's $2 a rack, so you can flip again. Not only add commissions, you know, to your team or to yourself, but that's also $200 cash in your pocket. So here's my first 3 as a Ruby, okay? So I'm building myself to a Ruby. I have my 3 people. Now Diane, she is following the steps to success. I'm like, okay, well now you've got your 4 loyal customers. Now I need you to go start talking to your friends and family and your sister and whoever. Hey, join this business with me. And Blanca and Brandy, they're gonna join her team. Perfect. Okay, let's put you kind of in the middle. So Blanca and Brandy, they also got their 4 loyal customers, and all of my distributors, they now have at least $400 in group volume, okay? Every single distributor on its own. So Diane becomes an executive because she has 2 distributors underneath her with $400 in volume. And I now become a Ruby, and the average Ruby makes $500 a month. Okay, because I have 3 on my top, we call that on my top line. And then Diane is an executive ring. She promoted this month too. Executives make an average of $300 a month. And she has 2 distributors with $400. We teach Ruby because not only is it we teach Ruby because not only is it obtainable, you know, 3 distributors, that's really not that hard, and then one of them having 2, it's obtainable that you relatively fast in your first, you know, month, 2 months, 3 months, but also Rubies is really the foundation of where all of our other promotions are going to come from. Rubies make diamonds, diamonds make double diamonds, and so if we just really focus on the Ruby, if we just all really focus on following, building, and guess what? So I built a Ruby. I'm teaching Diane how to build a Ruby. I'm teaching these girls how to build a Ruby. They're going to teach their team how to build a Ruby, and we're all following the steps. We're all building to Rubies. Guess where we're all going? To the top. Okay, and we're all going together. So it really just, I know when we all look at that diamond chart or, you know, whatever chart you're looking at, you're like, oh my gosh, that's really crazy. We all just need to focus on just Ruby. 3 on top and one of them having 2. So, you know, when we break it down, it's, you know, and go to the steps, off the steps, and we can, you know, all accomplish it. So there's our Ruby. Yay. Thank you. Let's see. Blitzing, Jacqueline's the queen of blitzing. We're gonna laugh story. I think I'll give it a piece, right? Blitzing is when you have your blitz cards. They look like this, and you can hand them to someone like at Target or at Costco. Okay. Here. You did so good. You only have 20 more minutes.
This is not blitzing, by the way. This is feeding babies.
Okay. So blitzing is when you're at your favorite restaurant and you got great service, or you're at Target and the cashier was super nice to you. Even if they're not nice to you, I always say, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for your help. I would like to offer you a coupon for my business." And Jacqueline's a great blitzer. Maybe you can talk super fast about blitzing, but it's just making those connections with people and just showing them, because people still have not heard about the crazy vaccine or our supplements or anything, and so it's just getting that card in their hand. Do I have a blitz card?
I have it right on my neck. It's just laminated.
Okay. So what I do is I just hand them their blitz. I hand them and look at it. I'm like, "Thank you so much for your help. You've been so sweet today. Here, I would like to offer you a coupon for my business." And they just kind of take it, and literally, people are people, and they're all the same. They look at it and they always say, "Well, what is it?" And I say, "Have you heard of that crazy rat thing?" And I'm like, and then I turn over their hand. I'm like, "Look, it's an all natural botanically based wrap. It's taking cones and ferns." And then I shut it down, because I don't want to give them. And then you can become a loyal customer, and then do you want to become a distributor? It's $80 to run your business next month, and then sell those 8 wraps on Facebook, and then no, I need to shut it down. And they kind of look at it and like, here's my name and number. Hey, are you on Facebook? Let's be friends real fast, and you can always get in contact with me. I would love to wrap you for free. So that's all I do for blitzing. I am still, 2015 is my year of the blitz. I am still really nervous about blitzing. Jacqueline is like fearless about blitzing, but I still get nervous. You're really good though. But I lead with, Diane and I do the same blitz. I learned it from Diane. But we do "You're so cute, we need you on our team." Everybody gets that. Everyone's cute. So cute. You should totally be on my team. Everybody gets the same blitz. And then they say, yeah. Or I always do it to the waitresses at our, when you're at dinner. "You were so personable. You were so awesome. I would love for you to join my team. You would just knock this business out of the park." But when you're just kind of walking up to like a mom or whatever, and you kind of like talk to them in the shoe aisle at Target or whatever, like, "Oh, do you like my new shoes?" Or that kind of, just how we just talk to people randomly. That's how you would blitz is, "Hey, I would like to offer you a coupon for my company." And then you shut it down. They say, "Oh, what is it?" You say, "Oh, you haven't heard of that crazy wrap thing? Well, this is what it is. It's a wrap you can wear anywhere on your body. And then this is what it does. It's tightens, tones, and firms in like 45 minutes. That's it." And then give their contact information, because that's the way that you're going to be able to like close that blitz, and to either like book a party or book an appointment, or them to follow you on Facebook, because even if they don't buy a wrap from you right there at Target or at Costco or wherever you are, if you can be friends with them on Facebook or Instagram, then they see all your stuff forever, and then they're like, "Oh, that was that girl I met at wherever, and I need to I need to do that, or I need to make money or whatever," and then so you're on their mind. The last thing I'm going to talk about is your 6 list. And so again, I'm using my handy binder this year. And your 6 list is just 6 things that you're going to do to grow your business the next day. Statistically speaking, if you write down 6, you're going to do 4 of them. So always write down 6, because if you accomplish 4, that's good. But if you only write down 4, you're only going to get to do 2. So write down 6. or if you're over cheaper, right down 10. But so I'll just take my little notes and I'll just like on January 7th, I wanted to post on Facebook and Instagram, follow more people. I used the hashtag Pilates. I had a meeting, contact 5 people just on Facebook, just saying hi and building that relationship. And then I was gonna, possibly call this other girl. So that was, the 6 things that I did for the day, and it really just keeps me organized because as a busy mom with a newborn and and a crazy preschooler, like I need to be organized because all of a sudden like the day disappears and all of a sudden like Brett's running in the door. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything today, and I'm like hurry up and folding laundry and I forget about my business. And so it's really good to keep organized in 6 little things. Like really that didn't take me very long to accomplish, but at least I was organized and focused. And this business won't take a lot of time. It takes, I can get really caught up scrolling mindlessly on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm just like, what to do, and commenting like, oh, I love your kids. Like, no, that's not growing my business, and that's, not growing my commissions. I need to be contacting people, messaging them and saying, hey, it's so awesome to see you on Facebook and Instagram. It's so great to, reconnect and build that network again. If we're in the business of network marketing, we need to build your network of people, and people don't like to be sold to. They don't like to, you to just message them like, hey, have you tried the crazy wrap thing? I saw you just had a baby. Like, ask them about their baby, ask them about their job, and work that conversation in. And more often than not, probably 90% of the time, they're gonna ask you. They're gonna blitz themselves, and they're gonna say, what is this wrap thing that you're doing? Because it's crazy. You know what I mean? And so people are curious at what we're doing and what we're able to accomplish as a whole. So 6 lists, so start doing that. Let's see.
Amber, I have a tidbit for you. If you don't like to blitz, that's why I wear this. And I wear it to the gym because I don't have them. They will ask you all the time. And somebody had told me a while back, even if you want to give your number to take a picture, say you'll forward it to them, and now you've got their number. Because I never ask for their number. People get weird about that. But
well, not never. There's been some gentlemen.
I'm gonna start dating. Oh my God, I'm a wrinkle cream. I can go on and on.
You're getting into a really good market, actually.
I'm very familiar with it. But I need to go up to people. I mean, I don't say things out of the blue, typically. So.
No, that's perfect. So now she's like literally a walking billboard. And then also we put our blitz cards on our purse. And so then we strategically, set our purse here, when, you're running your card, through the debit machine, or, when you're at a restaurant, like set it here, so that they kind of, because they do, because of the bright green, and they're like, what does she have on that beautiful purse? They're going to look at it. So.
Keychains too. I did that at first because they always do your cards. Like whatever bashes, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and
that's
it
a good idea.
automatically, anything to avoid bringing it up.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
As soon as they ask you.
Yeah, and then our T-shirts that we wear, like people will be like, "Well, what works?" So that's good, blitzing themselves. Jacqueline is our newest diamond and $10,000 bonus earner. So I just want her. I don't know why I'm crying. I just want her to share her story because we're just so proud of you. Can I stand back here? Yeah, you can stand wherever you want. I didn't know. It was going to make me stand. So I get some dates. So I can show you. I get so nervous talking about this because can be a little overshared, hard time finding a good balance. But I just wanted to kind of share with you guys my story, and some of you know it, some of you don't. So for the ones that don't know it, I started in July of 2013 and was introduced to it by my spin instructor. And at the time, I was just interested into the wrap and making a little extra money.
Ruby looked good and just had a little extra cash. At the time, I was shooting for a new car. And so I joined, and I went to Ruby pretty quickly, I think a couple of months or something. I don't really remember, to be honest. And then, so during that time, I'll tell you what I made a huge mistake in, is I cared what people thought on Facebook. And at the time I had a boss. I was working for a surgeon. So at the time I had another job, and was an assistant for him. And I cared what he thought. I was afraid he thought that, you know, I was working at Works and not dealing with our other business, because it was a small business, just me and him. We started it from the ground up. And so I did not post on Facebook. Huge. And I didn't post on, I was pretty private. I had a fan page, but I did not put it on my personal page, probably until January of 2014. Like, I kept it really private. I maybe did 2 posts between July and January, and did not putting it on my personal page. So the fact that I actually probably got to, well, in January I promoted to Emerald. The fact that I promoted to Emerald in January was really a miracle. I did a lot of private messaging, a lot of contacting people directly. So Emerald, in January of 2014, I promoted to Emerald. In February of 2014, I lost it. And I lost it for several months. I didn't actually get it back until August. Around the February mark, my boss kind of informed me that things weren't looking good and that possibly I would be losing my job. So I had that in my mind to step it up. So at that point, I stepped it up. I started posting on my personal page. Trying to do more, and started blitzing. I really kind of got out of my fear of blitzing. One thing about blitzing, if you're scared of blitzing, how I was able to, because I was scared of blitzing, is you make it mandatory. If you don't make it mandatory, you're never going to get over your fear. And one week, I made it mandatory that every time I walked into a store, I handed 3 cards. That was my goal. Just to hand 3 cards. Don't overdo, like, I was talking to someone who's really scared of blitzing, and she's like, well, I can't ask for their number. Don't worry about that card. Get over your little fear first. Just for 1 week, just hand cards out. You're gonna feel so much better after you do that. And then add another little scary thing. Maybe then say, okay, out of the 3 cards I hand out, I have to ask 1 person for their number. Start with that, do that for a week. And then add another little thing. Take baby steps to it, because I promise you, if you just slowly do it, then you will feel successful with it. For her, she feels like she's failing because she's like, well, I can't even, start baby steps. And then you'll add, and you'll add, and you'll add, and before you know it, you're doing it, and it feels great, and you'll love to do it. So just a little tip on blitz. So anyway, so around that time, I started kind of freaking out, thinking I need to step it up. And at the time, I thought I was stepping it up, posting a lot, parties, things like that. So about July, I went back to Emerald. In July, I went part-time. So that was official. The boss said, you're going part-time and you're losing your job in September. At that moment, I was really like, of course, I have my husband and he works, but I made a little more than he did. So I was kind of, we needed my paycheck. Is when I officially lost my job. And me and him talked, and we said, Bryson goes in to take care of it, or we make it work. I do it, I know I could do it, and I would keep me at home, because ever since we've had kids, I've been able to stay at home. So it's been a nightmare since September, I'll be honest. A nightmare. We've experienced things we've never experienced in our life, especially even now having kids. It's been the hardest time of my life. But I just have been really buckling down and doing everything I can. And so October, I'll never forget, I was at Halloween with my neighbors, and I got the message that they brought back the bonus. I started crying, and I'm like, this is it, I'm doing it. I'm getting the bonus. November, I'm gonna bust my tail, and I'm doing it. So November, I busted my butt. I did everything I could. And at the end of the month, I was still a little short on volume and didn't get it. And I was devastated. I cried for 2 days, like I just broke up with my high school, college, like whenever me and Leonard, my husband's been together forever. So in college, we broke up for a week or whatever. I cried like I just broke up with him. I mean, it was a nightmare. I was a complete mess. My husband was sending me messages trying to encourage me, and I'm just crying, looking at the phone. I was heartbroken. But I was heartbroken for many reasons, because one, I busted my butt. Two, we needed that bonus. I needed that $400 like $1 million for Christmas. That was my kids' way of getting them Christmas presents. Like, there were so many reasons why I needed that promotion so bad. And when it didn't happen, it killed me. So I cried for 2 days. I didn't stop posting. And then after 2 days, I said, you know what, get your butt up. Let's get going and make this happen for this month. And that's what I did. So in December was, out of all these months, was my hardest month. And this is one thing I would love for you guys to, it's hard. I'm going to tell you something. There was a lot that I didn't realize you had to do to go diamond until I actually went through it. And it meant I did not sleep. I was up waiting for someone at midnight to like a post, and I'm messaging her immediately because she's up at midnight. She just liked my post and she's excited. Let's get her signed up, and she signed up. You know, like I did not sleep at all those 2 months. I was constant, like, you know, everything was a big deal. You know, the 23 points, I needed that 23 points. I had to get everything filled. I did not have the money to buy anything. I had to fill it with loyal customers. So I ran a ton of online parties trying to get my loyals to get referrals. That saved me so much. That's what filled up dead legs. I mean, I worked for every little BV I could possibly get. And in December, I mean, there were many times I could have just said, I'm going to forget it. Like, I mean, oh my gosh, with Christmas being there and we were in such a bad financial state, sometimes I look back and I think, oh my gosh, Lord, thank you, because it really was him that kept me focused and determined. I mean, with my team's help, we were able to do it. I mean, I have to tell you, my team was amazing. They really helped me every way they could, and they busted their butt for me. So it happened with everybody's help. So,
Jonathan, have you done a lot of the online parties? I've not ever done it. And it's successful?
some are none, some I don't, some no. But I mean, I luckily, though, I had 2 loyals under someone, and that dead distributor had 0 points and was filled by online parties because each person got like 4 referrals. So I was lucky in that case that I was. Granted, and that was the hard part too. Everybody needed to save money for Christmas. They didn't have money to buy, you know, so I really worked those fat fighters because most people could afford $23. Now, granted, $23 didn't help me when it came to promoting because I really needed like the 80 BB. But I just had a lot of $23 orders. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, sometimes it takes a complete obsession. I missed, you know, movie night with my family, and it was hard. Even to this day, my husband sometimes, he can be supportive sometimes, and other times, you know, Christmas Eve, I just promoted. I had a person wanting to sign up as a loyal. I really needed her on another leg. I mean, he's livid with me that I'm over here trying to leave a person, and not Christmas Eve, New Year's Day. My neighbors threw me a surprise party. They're waiting for me. I'm already 20 minutes late, and I'm like, but I gotta move this loyal. And he's like, are you kidding me? You know, and I'm like, so, you know, someone asked, was your husband supportive? And I said, sometimes, but maybe this is not a good wife. I don't care. And in October and November and December, I did not care because we fought. I did not care how many times he was mad that I was up till 2 o'clock on the computer. He got over it. I mean, I go, yeah, probably not a good wife thing to do, but he'll get over it. So
there's like a saying, like the view from the top, like, you know, you're climbing a mountain and like every step, you're like, I don't think I can keep going. I don't think I can keep going. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like, I know that you experienced that, like, you know,
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I literally thought it was never gonna happen because I've been so close for so long, but then my chart would go to pieces. And I mean, it really.
Because Jacqueline is a really good enroller, and you know the thing with it works, and you know building an amazing team is finding people that match your enthusiasm about the business and about the opportunity. You know, you can't overwork them or be excited for them, or you have to show them how to do the steps, but and teach them like what amazing things this can do for their family. Like, well, this is what it did for your family. Like, no, they have to match your excitement. I always tell people that, like, I will run with you. If you're ready to run, like, let's get on our shoes and let's get going. But if you're gonna walk, that's fine too. But I need to know because I'm ready.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, there's going to be times that you're going to hit roadblocks, whether it's financial or family or medical or whatever it is. You're going to hit roadblocks, and you just have to have it in your mind that that roadblock's not going to that's not going to quit. Stop you. I mean, God, I look back and I still can't believe it. I just cannot believe it that it happened. With just not just on top of everything I need to do and on top of all the roadblocks that we faced. So
now you're at Diamond. Are you like, oh, cool, I'm at Diamond? Are you stopping?
No. I mean, I'm on bonus. I mean, no. Well, this is the thing, though. This is what I want to do. Like, this is my passion. I love doing this. Like, I tell, my team cannot message me enough. Like, I love what I do. So I'm gonna die if it works, So yeah, I'm not stopping. I'm excited. Just the beginning.
Yay.
Wonderful. I really appreciate it.
Just as the only man, if I could just a second, like men and women, and I've done this. We went to Nebraska a couple times with our team in Nebraska, and men and women think differently. And when it comes to like men not supporting your business, like we don't think, post on Facebook, that's gonna make us money, this and that. Like you guys think product, we think money. So think about, if your husbands don't support you. I haven't always been, 100% supportive of Amber and, oh, really? I just got done, 10 hours at UOP and now I have to come home and we're hosting a party and kids and this and that. It hasn't always been that way, but I'm telling you, when you get to Diamond, Double Diamond, when you make that money, your husbands will support you. I guarantee it. Because we think different. And when you talk to your potentials and, with MLM business, 70%, 75% is women. When you think about it, a lot of it that stops it is our husband saying, no, I don't want you to do it. But when they start making money, when they see the business side of it, husbands will be supportive, I guarantee it. So, just think about that and it'll be worth it in the long run. So congratulations.
Thank you. And that was another thing. In November, literally 6 hours before it was the deadline, I'm telling my husband, it's happening, baby. We're doing this. And then he goes to sleep and then wakes up the next morning with me like bags underneath my eyes. I haven't been asleep. And I'm like, it didn't happen. So like that, it was just like constantly telling me it was going to happen. It didn't happen. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he probably is not going to believe me in December when I tell him it's going to happen. And I kept saying, it's going to happen this month. It's going to happen this month. So just hang in there, guys. I'm telling you, the only way you're not going Diamond or not going to the level you want to go, Bryson Walker. Get down. Now. Down. If your goal is Ruby, then you keep going until you get to your goal. There's nothing that's going to stop you from going to your goal but you. So you just got to keep at it, and you'll do it.
Yeah, perfect. That just kind of brings us to our last little final point. Carlos around? I think Brett's helping things. Carlos, take it.
When are you doing your video? That's my question.
What video?
The men, all 4 of you.
Oh, our lip sync?
The lip sync video.
Oh, you're just gonna have to keep waiting.
You're in it, don't you know?
Yeah, I'm going to. I have the song and everything.
Okay. Okay, so I want to end our meeting on a little toast. You need help? Sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
I forgot that was a
Oh.
Thanks for
No, I'll go with this one. Sorry, I messed up the flow.
I think we need like. Okay.
This is one.
Okay.
Only the best for you guys.
We're going for me.
You're good.
Okay, so I just want us to lift our glass to 2015. It is going to be literally the best year yet, but what you just have to remember is it's all up to you. It's all up to the way you want to run your business and really get after it. Your upline and your team and your sidelines, and we're all here to support you, but ultimately, like, you are the business owner, and it is up to you. And so let's just I just want you to kind of think in your head, like, if you're chasing that number in your head, like whatever bill or whatever debt you want to pay down, or even just that magical number, like when we first started it was $500, and then with It Works, like, we had to you're gonna have to keep dreaming bigger and bigger, but we were going after $500 to pay down a bill, and then I wanted to get a cleaning lady, and that was just like for me. But just kind of think in your head, if you're paying down a bill, or just the number each need to get you there, and we will support you. And bottom line is, like, you can do it, because I've done it, and I'm going to keep going, but I haven't done anything special, you guys. And so I follow the steps, and I put wraps on bellies. And so really, that's this was kind of like a break it down meeting. Like, if that's our business, like, that is our business. Like, you put wraps on bellies, and you grow your team. And so cheers to an amazing year. I love you guys like family, and let's just do it together. There's no one else I would rather be in business with than our friends that have become family. And so this is this business has just brought, like, all these amazing people into our lives, and so that we are just so blessed for that. So cheers. So yummy. Okay, let's take a group picture, and then are you guys doing something crazy?
Yes.
Or is that
Yeah, I'm ready. I've been practicing. In my
okay? I'll hold the baby if you want to take our picture.
Who's got a camera?
You do. You don't have to get on your hat.
I scared to give you my phone.
Okay, everyone just kind of come behind the island, and we'll just scoot it in.
Sorry. I guess we can stop this. I don't know if we still have a viewer. If you're still watching, I'll talk to you later. Bye.